Hi Cancer, and welcome to Celtic Gaia Tarot. This is your weekly reading from September the 20th to September the 27th. And yeah, Cancer, I just want to acknowledge you and Libra. I've been having the most difficult cycles out of all the zodiac signs. Just remember, this will pass. And there was a sense last week, and there's been a sense every week, but there's almost two forces. There's difficulty, and there's parts going on in your life which aren't difficult, where there's new energy coming forward, and that's exactly what I get here again. The bottom of the reading, which I call the subconscious mind, this could be the root of it all, is a tower. And the tower has many meanings. Don't panic with the tower. It just speaks to me of radical transformation and liberation. It also speaks to me after what you've been going through, Cancer, that there's an ending in sight here. And for some, it could be a very disruptive ending. I think it's an ending that's causing anxiety. But you end the week with the World. Paired with the Five of Discs, but the Five of Discs is in reverse, which is actually pointing to the ending of a very, very difficult cycle where you've been out in the cold and trying to move forward. Paired with the World is pretty beautiful. There's a very good chance that ending is in sight. You've also got the Ace of Cups. I remember last week you got the Ten of Cups, and that's what I've felt all the time, Cancer, that even though you've got so much had a lot of difficulties, you've had so much good as well. And that again is mirrored, not just with the Ace of Cups. You've got the Four of Wands, entering through a threshold, the High Priestess, peace within yourself. And to be fair, which means things are hopefully beginning to come back to balance. So you start the week with the High Priestess paired with the Seven of Swords. And the only way I can understand these two cards together is the High Priestess is sort of a meditation, a bit going within, a bit trying to find that, that sense of deep peace when we feel at balance with ourselves. Also about accessing higher knowledge. For some Cancers, you could be asking for guidance about the way forward. Paired with the Seven of Swords, I know from personal experience what prevents me fully entering into the High Priestess's space is my own thinking. And I think these two together are speaking about how your thoughts, Cancer, are robbing you of your well-being here. And the High Priestess is, I know it's not the Moon card, but she also is, she's guided with the Moon. She's that feminine energy that Cancer is ruled by. But I think, Cancer, you've got thinking patterns, probably anxiety, because it's right next to the 9, which are taking away not only your sense of well-being, but this sense of the Four of Wands, of there's a new threshold here for you opening up. And that new threshold, it could be marriage, birth, moving house, it could be celebrating, but something in your thinking is robbing you of the ability to find peace and to enter into this new gateway, this new threshold that awaits you. You're walking through, and look, all these people are glad to see you, they're so happy, but for some reason you're not feeling it. So I think there's an awful lot of anxiety going on here. But the Tower creates anxiety. The Tower is change. Even though it's change for you, it's not experiencing radical change on the outside, it's that inner change. It's when we have that understanding about our own selves, and it creates almost a gap. And it's in these gaps that sometimes we get flooded by anxiety and fear about how the future is going to be, what's it going to look like. And you know what, I'm looking at the world card, Cancer. It's all going to be okay. How to manage this anxiety. Because it's so funny, because some people would say, well, you meditate to handle the anxiety, but what meditation does is shows the anxiety, but it's almost Cancer, you need to keep processing it, you need to keep working it through. Interestingly enough, the Eight of Discs, the work card, I wonder the crowning card, what that's saying is focused activity can help to reduce the anxiety. It's really hard to feel anxious when you've got this incredible focus that this man has on his disc card. But you know, this Tower could so obviously you coming to terms with these fears and these anxieties. Quite often that's what the Tower, and almost 80% of my readings, probably 90%, that's what the Tower means. It means that aha moment, that moment where our old thinking receives the transformation that's required. That is like 90% of my readings, very unoften. But it's definitely sudden and pretty quick. Awakening, I'm going to call it awakening. These readers who think with fear, just know. So let's carry on. Knight of Cups paired with the Ace of Cups. This could definitely, for single Cancerians, be someone coming in to create a whole new emotional sense of well-being in your life. Generally the fire signs. This Knight of Wands doesn't always tend to stay around though, so it could be a fleeting romance. You know, for some this could be a part of you, Cancer. It could be this part of you is taking action to overcome the mental anxiety that you're going through. You know, because so many people say the same, taking action, focusing on a direction starts to calm the anxiety. And paired with the Ace of Cups, it's saying this isn't superficial well-being it's creating. It's giving you a whole new sense of optimism and well-being about the future, this Ace of Cups, which leads beautifully to the world, to that sense of completion, of understanding yourself. And yeah, I'm quite happy to say this Tower knocks this awful way of thinking, this fear and anxiety, and as you come to terms with it and focus your energy and stop focusing on your mind, the outcome is the Ace of Cups, that overpouring, the Holy Grail, if you want to say, of emotional well-being that leads to the world. It takes you back to your own self, Cancer. And you've had a very, very difficult few weeks, you know. But this sense of the world, of being whole and complete, it not being at the mercy of your mind and fears. And paired with the Five of Discs in reverse, it's basically saying the same thing to me, basically, Cancer, that you're coming to the end of a way of being that focuses on fear and anxiety. I'd start meditating, that's what I'd do. Or whatever meditation means to you, it can mean work. It's not always sitting chanting. But whatever it is you're doing, I'd do something that takes away anxiety and leads you to a sense of wholeness and away from the anxiety and fear of the Five, and feel that feeling of being out in the cold and everything the Five can mean. Very interesting reading, Cancer. I wish you so well, and I'm going to do the October readings tomorrow or Saturday, and maybe even tonight, I don't know. But look out for it, because maybe this world is going to it means the complete end of a chapter. Who knows? Or what I'd do if I was you, I'd liberate myself from these thinking processes like that. Get balance back, Cancer. Go into your emotional well-being. Your cup runs over. Okay, I wish you all the best, Cancer. Bye.